What is going on there, citizens of the Reject Nation? Greg here. John, how's it going?
John is good today.
Awesome. Good to hear that. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back after, getting the vid diesel. John first, Greg second, recoup, Comic-Con, a lot of Marvel things to talk about, a lot of announcements and stuff. Now we're catching up with everything we got to catch up on. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Season 3, Episode 16. Leave a like. Doesn't take a lot of work on your end. Please go ahead and do it. It's not that difficult. Also, subscribe and click the notification bell to get notified when our next reaction for Brooklyn Nine-Nine is up here on the Chanel. Full-length reaction watch-alongs where you sync up with the time code, meaning your own copy, over for our sexy super rejects. Reverse that. Patreon. Yep. Cover a bunch of shows over there, exclusively reaction highlights and watch-alongs included. Lastly, thanks to the Prepper team for helping us edit this down. Let's get to it.
Hey, Gina, we got an anonymous gift basket. Yeah, it's full of treats. It's got meats, cheeses, candies, all the food groups.
The cheese is amazing.
Did none of you detectives think this might be a gift for Captain Holt from someone in France?
Uh-oh.
Husband, pour exemple?
What? No way. This is a nice present from an unknown appreciative citizen that wanted us to munch.
What's this then? Dear Captain Raymond Holt, thinking of you best, Dr. Kevin Cosner, Ph.D.
I ate the chocolate-covered strawberry. That's the most intimate snack of them all.
Yep.
We can fix this. Check it out, sir. A lovely gift basket that Kevin sent you all the way from Paris.
Straight from Paris.
Oh, no.
Scissors, rubber bands. That man really knows me.
That's sweet.
I wonder what would have happened if he got the cheeses and chocolate.
I feel like there's more bass.
I know, right? It does sound like they really beefed up the low end.
Very high-profile celebrity was robbed in our precinct.
What celebrity, sir?
This is a sensitive matter, and I can only disclose details to the lead detective on the case. Sergeant, let me know who's available ASAP. Yes, sir.
Put pearls on it.
You know that I'm your guy for this. I mean, you can't give a celebrity case to Amy. The last movie she saw was a documentary about spelling bees.
Wrong. It was about the font Helvetica, and it played like an action thriller.
Just work the case I assigned you.
Can I just give my case to Hitchcock and Scully?
They do paperwork, and they're good at it. They don't go out in the field. Boyle, you take the celebrity case.
What?
I'm giving my drug bust to Hitchcock and Scully. It's time to get these mice out of their heist. Oh, that was lame. Life is meaningless. We're all gonna die. Mouses out of their houses. Yes, I am the greatest. Every breath is a gift. Sorry about the roller coaster.
I'm just happy I'm tall enough to ride.
It's like all of our conversations.
We each agree to face one of our fears today.
That sounds terrible, but I'm in.
Fine. We're doing my thing? Okay.
Makes sense.
So look, a big important drug case came across my desk and I need your help. Only problem is Sarge doesn't think you can handle it.
He's right.
Who fell asleep under their desks and caught the janitor stealing evidence?
We did.
And who sued the department and got triple ply toilet paper in every precinct?
We did.
That's a service.
Our victim is John William Weisselbraun.
Remind me who that is again?
You're kidding. He's a world-renowned oboist. First chair with the New York Symphony Orchestra.
Oh, God.
Huge fans of Weisselbraun's work. We are what the internet sometimes refers to as Weisselbraun fans.
Don't worry, sir. I can handle this.
So you do think it smacks of preferential treatment?
I don't know what you want me to say.
Okay, you've convinced me. I'll work the case with you.
Great.
It's going to be fun.
Holt's celebrity was just some lame oboist. Meanwhile, we just linked your little dumb pot bust to a major narcotics ring. This might be the biggest drug case the Nine-Nines had in years.
Oh, no.
I may have given that very huge drug case to Hitchcock and Scully.
What?
In my defense, I was pretty sure you were never gonna find out.
I swear, if they mess up this case, Jake, it's on you.
They're detectives. They've been on the force for 500 years. They know what they're doing.
The only item on Scully's calendar for the entire year is eat peanut butter.
Yeah, we gotta find him. Residual cushion fart is about a 6 out of 10. He's been gone an hour, maybe 2.
But where?
Hot dogs. They went for hot dogs.
How do you know?
There's a water stain on the ceiling in the shape of a bun. Let's go. I just thought, you know, the two of you might be better off mousing around the old house.
Oh, I get it. Just because I got my fingers stuck in a glue trap once, I'm a mouse? I got the cheese out, by the way.
Oh, my God.
Look, man.
I'm going undercover as Tex Dallas, billionaire oil man from Dallas, Texas, with ties to the cowboy mafia.
Oh, boy.
In 20 minutes, he's going in totally alone, unarmed, without a cell phone, to meet with one of their guys to set up a buy. So, how do you like our plan now?
It's a disaster.
It's gonna go great.
Come on in. I'll show you the back room where they broke in.
You're an incredibly gracious host, Mr. Weichelbraun.
Wow, that pronunciation is flawless.
This is a pretty modest apartment. How did you afford a $40,000 oboe in the first place?
I admit that there's not as much money in classical music as there once
Which
was.
is the real crime here? You just insulted our celebrity victim to his face.
You keep saying celebrity, but he's drying his socks on a George Foreman grill.
This is John William Weichelbraun, the Silver Spit Prince.
You're too close to this.
Okay.
Oh, no.
We are women standing up and supporting each other and becoming.
You fear listening to Amy inspire us.
Be back in a half hour, Ames. Come back, I can't do this. No, you're the best.
That sounded like a natural laugh.
The first 10 minutes were really terrible. The diaper did not fit. It was for a baby. I think the lesson here is that as women, we... No! You close that trunk again and I will kill you! You hear me? I will kill you!
I'm beginning to think you were lying to us.
I was lying. I already admitted that.
Well, if anything happens, it's because of you. Right, Monk?
Right. Hitchcock dies, it's because of Pinto.
Chickpea!
Chickpea.
Chickpea.
You couldn't just do the case I assigned you. Hitchcock's life is in danger. He has a wife, man.
But that coat.
So what's the plan?
We stick with Operation Beans. You knock on the front door. I say I'm Tex Dallas. You're my buddy Alamo, and you're Black Fred.
Black Fred? Why Black Fred? There's no other Fred.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
Scully, you stay here and call for backup in case we need it.
Oh, no way. That's my partner in there. I'm going in. Also, I can't call for help. I don't have any quarters.
I was in the area and the captain is a fan, so I came by to give him a little gift as a thank you.
It's a signed copy of his book of mouth exercises, Read It and Weep. Read with 2 E's. It's my favorite joke of all time.
John, you're under arrest.
What?
He staged the robbery for the insurance money because he's broke, because oboists are not celebrities. I found the oboe for sale online. We traced the IP address back to Mr. Weichelbraun's computer.
Oh, John.
Oh, no.
No, you go first, then I lower Scully, and you get the catcher.
Great. I love that plan.
God, all three of them with the coats, man.
Look what I found.
French fries?
What? No, it's Hitchcock. Where would I have found French fries in a weed farm?
It's a weed farm.
Yeah, gotta be everywhere.
To conquer my fear of businessmen, I must walk among them. I will shake their clammy hands.
That suit.
Also, we all need to go in on those flowers for Beth. Ugh, Wednesdays.
Who are you again?
Gina from sales. I have the plant on my desk.
Oh, yeah. You want to sit with us?
We'll all be dead so soon.
I ask only one time. Who do you work for? DEA? FBI? Police?
I'm in the cowboy mafia. I work for the Dallas Buyers Club. Let me introduce myself. My name is Alamo. This here's Tex, and this is...
Fred. Just Fred.
And we are... the Dallas Buyers Club.
Jesus.
I'm just chagrined. Deeply chagrined. This is just like when I found out Robert Frost was from California.
Or when I saw Mario Batali with his hair down.
For my plan to work, he's got to be basting in sweat. Hitchcock, you once told me you could roll that chair anywhere. Think you could take it up those stairs?
I once rode a chair home in a blizzard. So yeah, I can go upstairs.
Oh, Christ.
My man's having a heart attack! Help! Hitchcock, now! Grab his gun.
Scully. Black Fred, think quick.
No! Ow! That was a gun, man!
Scully, grab that dude's knife and cut us loose. We're gonna get the rest of these guys. It's time for Operation Beans Phase 2. The refrying.
Stab me! Stab me! Do it! Just do it!
Rosa?
I'm psyching myself up. Ah! Ah! Don't look at them! Look at me! Do your job! Drain me!
Also, I was worried they might want to go out in the field more, and I need something to keep them at their desks.
You really think that that is going to keep them out there? And they're both asleep already.
And the city's safer for it.
Magnificent oafs. You deserve it.
From your lawn.
Well, alrighty.
We did it.
Alrighty. Way to go, Hitchcock and Scully. It's nice to see them actually get an episode where they get a shine in the field and do something of significance, and then watching as the writing figures out how their quirky idiosyncrasies come in handy. And it did. Paid off in the end.
100%.
Lean bean killing machine.
There you go. We got there.
You guys did it. You guys did it. That was delightful. But my favorite stuff has got to be Holt.
Oh, totally.
Because we've all seen that kind of comedy shtick before of obsessing over the celebrity, but seeing Holt's childish behavior come out and getting clouded by his own affinity for this man was just a delight. It's just something like this was an example of Andre Braugher truly elevating material, because in all honesty, I didn't think the writing of this particular episode was the best that Brooklyn Nine-Nine is. Like, some of it was actually falling a little bit more flat for me than usual, or I could just kind of feel the writing a little bit more. Like, it just didn't, like, some of the life was sort of missing for me in it. It's not a bad I don't want to, it sounds like I'm really putting this episode down. Like, it wasn't bad. It's just, like, in terms of the writing, it's usually a little bit higher caliber for me. And I did feel that what Andre Braugher was bringing to the role in and of itself, like the way he chose to deliver certain lines, just really elevated a lot of that comedy just wouldn't work if it wasn't for his very, very specific delivery. Granted, I know the writers write tending to the voices of actors when it comes to these comedy shows. I still feel like he probably brought something a lot more extra than they themselves probably anticipated. That's just my hunch.
Yeah.
John!
I would have to agree. This episode sang and everyone's performing of the episode, especially, I mean, obviously, like you said, it's nice to get a little more focus on Hitchcock and Scully. I feel like part of me is kind of surprised that it took this long to do an episode like this, but I appreciated where they took that, and then seeing like Amy and Rosa and Gina all getting out of their comfort zones and whatnot. I thought the business suit thing was the funniest of all three of those gags, but I liked them being all together and trying to, get a leg up for women in the precinct. And don't meet your heroes. It was nice to see Charles put in a position, and sometimes he is in this position, but where, like, without Jake, he's really kind of like status one in that story, and so it was neat to see him occupy that while Holt is fanboying out, and Boyle's just doing all the work in the background. It was good. Everyone was sort of like called to be put against type or against comfort zone in this episode. And so, yeah, while it wasn't like the most catch you by surprise or like inspired joke writing necessarily, I appreciated just the like general sort of fish out of waterness that comes of pushing every character out of their status quo.
Yeah, you actually made me appreciate the episode a little bit more by pointing that out, because everyone was pretty like there's a scenario here where Jake would get assigned with a celebrity, and then Boyle would be the straight man while Jake's freaking out, or vice versa between Jake and Boyle. But Boyle wasn't really like set up for the comedy this time. It was Holt who was getting the childish behavior, but that stuff was really funny. And like the stuff with the women, I'm like, that's a really great setup. That's a really great gag bit that they could do. But for some reason, it wasn't really hitting. Like there are parts of it that were definitely really funny that I'm sure are featured in the reaction highlights. But there's a lot of jokes that just weren't quite. I guess it was going down with what the setup of the gags were. It was going down exactly the first thought you would have when doing the comedy bits.
Yeah,
it didn't actually. There were no surprises to really be had with that, and I think that's why it wasn't really quite hitting the way it could have hit. So
well, and that's like the C story almost, and because it does divide up into like thirds, it does sort of feel a little more disjointed from the rest of the episode, because on the Terry and Boyle story, like that's very unified. The Holt and Jake story and with Hitchcock and Scully is very unified, and then with them, like you get the point. But I almost feel like if that had been like the A story of an episode, and then other things had gone to like contrast with that, which is like a small nuance of a tweak. But like cutting back to it was always fun and amusing, but it was the one that felt like the least unified, or like I got the full view of it. It sort of felt like, okay, we got to cut back, and now Amy's going to do her bit, and then we're going to cut back, and Gina's going to do her bit. And I guess that's what you do with that, but
yeah, but the bits were like
pretty obvious.
That's what you would write. It's about
totally
as straightforward as it goes. But still, it was still always enjoyable from beginning to end, and there's some really good laughs to be had here. So yeah, I mean, what more can you say? It's a 20-minute comedy episode, and it was funny. It was funny stuff. It wasn't about
chuckles,
advancing characters or anything like that, but made Hitchcock and Scully feel more essential to the team. And I don't know. It's like I also feel like Hitchcock and Scully have demonstrated before that they actually are really capable, and I feel like that this episode worked with their, like it was Jake figuring out, their lack, their weaknesses and stuff, and then using that for strength in situations, working with it, like being a good team leader about the situation to pull themselves out of the situation. I still found myself craving, like, I wanted to see a little bit though of like them truly
taking charge.
Like, oh, you guys are actually I wanted a little something of that juice just to feel that.
Jake doesn't completely rewrite Operation Beans, and they have some kind of authority. Like it does feel like Jake kind of saves the day by delegating. Whereas if they had figured it out and they had taken the lead, or if their ruse had maybe worked a little better or something like that. Like on the one hand, it's okay. On the one hand, I'm okay with the choice of like the drug dealers just never ever bought them. But part of me was like, I don't know, it could be kind of fun to see if the drug dealers actually did buy them, or something like that. And maybe the plan is actually sort of working, but then it's good that Jake and Terry are there because such and such goes wrong or whatever. Like, I can imagine other drafts of this episode in a few different directions.
But I think the writing of the celebrity one was the most surprising, because they are setting up for like some big celebrity, and you feel like the setup of it seemed like, okay, Boyle's going to get assigned, Jake's going to secretly work it, and he's going to be geeking out over whoever the hell the celebrity is. And then the way he, Andre Braugher slowly inched his way to becoming primary detective because he was just trying to become because he was just like too big of a fan was the most surprising of the writing, because that's the whole point of comedy, right? To work is, set up and then subvert expectations, like maybe not fully, but sort of, like that. And I think that's when it really shined this episode. And then a couple of jokes here or there when it came to the other ones. But we're being too critical over a comedy show. It's comedy. You're supposed to laugh, and we laughed. It did the main job it's supposed to do, so it did it. But sometimes you gotta say some shit, you know? You gotta say some stuff.
Yeah, you can't just praise at the altar of the show. You gotta be an engaged viewer.
What if we like every episode, it doesn't feel exciting, you know? You gotta sometimes give some criticisms just to make it feel like, oh, we don't just say yes to everything.
Yeah, it's the suspense of the viewing experience.
Yeah. Will they like this episode this week? Will they like it next? Who knows? That's what you got to do. Provide it. Provide engagement that way.
Yeah.
So
next episode, predict at the beginning whether you think we'll like it or not.
Watch. John's going to kill it with this Patron. All right, John, kill the comedy.
Oh.
Do it. Shout out whoever you want to shout out.
Hey, Everett Baker.
Oh, this is going to be so funny. Get ready, guys. It's going to be freaking hilarious.
Everett Baker, your name's got bacon, and I bet you like to get baked, Everett Baker. I bet you're like a slacker
Just wait, guys.
stoner
It's going to
type.
get really funny.
You love to bake cookies that you eat after you've done getting baked. So, yeah, you got like baked goods on yourself. And then, oh, hey, you can dance the baked potato while you're doing it. You know, you put on a record or something like that. You know, you wiggle your bum around like
it's getting there.
like a real baked potato dancing guy. And then
just set up Act One.
And then, Act One. Get ready though, because now we're breaking into Act Two.
When the comedy shines. All right,
you are like undercover. And your story, man, will be so
it's a little rocky.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm getting the best parts right now, dude, because Everett knows, all right? Even if you don't get it, Everett totally gets it right now. He's at home being like...
Maybe don't just tend to one person, you know, tend to just do your thing. John, sorry to interrupt. You got this.
Pixelmite, you would bake, like, think of all the
really
ingredients
on the baking jokes here, okay.
Well, now we're going to switch it up. Act 2 is all about Pixels, the movie with Adam Sandler, which I assume is your favorite motion picture. We are not dying. We're getting to the best part. I told you, just stop interrupting me.
I'm sorry, please.
With your commentary and your criticisms about how I should be facing my fears of just really getting to know Everett Pixelmite Baker instead of hiding behind all these jokes, because really, to me, you're the celebrity, Everett, all right? I'm just nervous. I don't want to mess this up. You know what I'm saying? Each one of these I come into, I'm like, I got to create a whole persona so as to come to you with the utmost rich intent, enthusiasm, and emotional verve, vigor, and resilience.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, baby cakes. Don't even sweat. Don't worry. Don't you cry. Because me and Everett, we got a thing going. And you know, man, you're my sweet hot dog with chocolate sauce on top.
That could have